Hello, and welcome to Beehave. In this special anti-bullying edition of Behave, we've an exclusive interview with Key and Tolley in the wake of the heightened press coverage recently of bullying in New Zealand schools and internationally. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome both of you. Welcome Prime Minister, welcome Anne Tolley. Today's been designated Anti-Bullying Day in New Zealand. Are you joining in with this?
Well, I've got on my pink tie.
Yes, and I've gone pink, as you can see. Bullying's really up in the news here after those awful attacks.
Yeah, the videos were terrible, weren't they? I mean, such outrageous violence could give bullying a bad name.
People shouldn't be allowed to video bullying because the press get hold of it and then we have to do something about it.
The principal of the Wanganui school said that they were really surprised that such a thing could happen at their school. Yet comments on Facebook seem to indicate that this has been going on there for years, since the 1980s in fact. And one comment even said that the Board of Trustees should have closed the school down years ago.
Yeah, I was really upset about it actually.
Yeah, he was.
I told Tolley to write to all school boards telling them to get it together.
Yeah, he did. And you did it in no uncertain terms too, didn't you, John? Without a please or a thank you.
That's right. I think there was an article in the press that accused you of bullying schools, Mr.
Oh, look,
King.
It's easier to use the B word, isn't it? Yeah. Did Anne Tolley feel bullied when I asked her to write to the school boards?
Not at all. I mean, it was urgent. It takes me ages to write these letters anyway because it's hard to spell some words, but I'm not oversensitive.
Indeed. Minister, weren't you yourself likened to Hitler over your stance against dissenting schools on national standards?
Oh, that was really bullying. I mean, calling her Hitler just because she threatened to make people disappear who didn't do what we said.
I mean, what kind of an education minister would I be if I couldn't take a joke?
That's right, a sense of humour is essential in this job.
That's right. I mean, it's pretty easy though, isn't it, to say the H word? I mean, Hitler's a pretty easy target, isn't he, being dead and all. Anyone can tell Nazi jokes. I mean, I could do that myself. Actually, I do know quite a funny one. But it's a distraction from the more important issues and a bit juvenile to boot, really.
OK, so let's talk about the settlement with the PPTA over pay.
Well, that's again relevant to the bullying thing, because unions always try to bully government, and we're glad they've backed off.
People are aware now that petty private concerns over pay just pale into insignificance in comparison to what some of our compatriots are dealing with.
We don't want the rebuilding of Christchurch to be used as a political football.
Especially not with an election coming up.
Goodness, no.
Thank you. But do you think the rebuilding costs are a major factor in the union backing down?
Well, one thing I can say is about the settlement is that it does remove the threat of further industrial action, and we can now concentrate on raising achievement levels and giving every student the chance to reach their potential.
But on the subject of national standards, you've been given a vote of no confidence by the Principals Federation.
But who are they? I mean, who are they really? They're just a single-issue political lobby group which has never brought anything positive to the table.
That they have no confidence in the education policy and direction of the current government in relation to national standards, as led by the Minister.
Oh, really? That's quite ridiculous. We love our national standards.
But there is global evidence, from the PISA tables, for example, that countries who have introduced this very early testing for young children do see their scores go down, not up.
Oh, Anne, looks like you're going to be accused of bullying again. Better tell that joke.
So you're going to continue as Education Minister in spite of this vote of no confidence?
Anne's got plenty of confidence. Too much for some people. Hence the constant references to Hitler.
John, I do think it'd be better not to keep mentioning Hitler.
Anne, you're not trying to bully me again, are you? Only joking.
You've been accused of having a wet response to these issues, Mr. Key, I believe, wanting to have a national conversation in the face of what appears to be instances of attempted murder. Is this really a robust enough response?
Oh, of course it is. Most robust. Well, can't win. If I come on strong, I'll be accused of being Hitler like Anne here.
Look, we've all been bullied. I mean, it just prepares you for life in New Zealand.
And politics. I mean, have you met Rodney Hyde? No, it's broadly true. I was bullied at school just like everyone else. Of course we want to stop it.
And I was.
Well, that explains a lot. Look, some parents just don't bring up their kids right. They watch the wrong TV programs, eat the wrong food, even cockroaches in some instances.
Well, I'm sure that the increase in GST on food won't be helping those families.
Well, there's no GST on cockroaches.
Meaning?
Oh, look, I don't think it's an issue of cash, actually. I think it's an issue of attitude and whether we're prepared to stand up and act and take a stance against bullying.
That's right.
But even today, the Human Rights Commissioner's in the press flagging up the fact that schools don't actually have to tell the parents of children that have been bullied that it's been occurring.
Otherwise, parents will come in and get angry and start shouting at someone.
Which is bullying.
Yeah, so it's got to stop. Anne here is going to head a big get-together of all agencies and sort it out. She's the right woman for the job.
Thanks, John.
Well, until the next cabinet reshuffle. Only joking. Can you take a joke?
Of course I can.
Go on, tell that joke then.
I really don't think.
Come on now. You said you've got a sense of humour.
Well, I don't really think it's appropriate.
Anne?
All right. Do you know the one about the Gestapo?
No.
Behave.